Hey, how y'all doing out there in Videoland? This is Stiletto coming at you from the Wild Wild West. And this is going to be part one of three. Part one of three, people. And what's it going to be all about? This is, as y'all know, this is my new Large Espada I recently purchased. Got a great deal on it. And I'm going to mod it. I decided I want to mod it. Not a whole lot. I'm just going to try to make it as smooth as possible. It's already super smooth. This is a very beautifully operating knife. Operates perfectly, people. Perfectly. But I want to take it to the next level. You know, it operates perfectly for a stock knife, but I'm gonna make it a little bit smoother than stock, people. And so I'm gonna take this one apart. You know, we'll take it apart today. We'll take it apart right now. And then, you know, I'll let you see all the parts, whatever. But then I'm gonna start polishing the parts. Y'all see me do polishing and everything like that before, so you guys don't really need to watch me do the polishing and everything. But I'm just gonna go, go ahead and and watch the Super Bowl today, and I'm gonna be polishing parts and stuff like that. And it might be together by tomorrow or the next day, something like that. Definitely probably by Wednesday anyway. But it won't be together by today. That's what I'm letting you know. You guys are just seeing the initial video. This is the very first video. And you expect about, I'd say maybe 3 days, you can see the finished product. Unless, I don't know, no, I'm not gonna try to do it all today, people. I'm just gonna kick back and watch the Super Bowl like everybody else, and root for my team. That it's not really my team. My team is, and we didn't do too well this year. People. But I'm rooting for my. I'll give you a clue. I've always thought of this team as my team that that everybody used to retire to back in the day. Back in the 80s and 90s, and when their time was over with the 49ers, where'd they go? That's my clue. That's who I'm gonna root for today. But anyway, people, I'm gonna go ahead and take this apart. Let's go ahead and take it apart. Super Bowl Sunday. The start of a new project. Let me see. I think this is a T10. All right. Is that the T10? Let me let you guys know if I'm using the right tool sizes. What does that say? 10. Weehaw. Yep, T10 I think it says, people. Pretty sure. Time for me to get some new glasses. That's what it is. T10. I'm pretty sure it's T10, people. Absolutely love this Espada. I'm really digging it. I highly recommend these people. I think the Espada, if you ask me, the Large Espada is, and even the XL, if you want to have a big old giant XL, I think those two knives right now are like one of the best bargains for these kind of knives. Because you're getting G10 handle scales and reinforced triad, triad lock with the steel, the steel reinforced triad lock. You got a heat treated 6061 aluminum backspacer, Japanese AUS 10A stainless steel blade. This is a saber flat ground blade, Bowie blade, Spanish style Bowie. Bowie. I think it's an awesome deal. I got this one for like 80 something bucks or something like that. I got a special deal though. I got discounts and stuff, but you can normally get these like for like 125 bucks. I mean, they're not even expensive anymore. Back in the day, when they first came out, they were more expensive than they are now. Now the Towel Wars are more expensive. It used to be the Towel Wars were like the model underneath this one, as far as like how much you'd have to pay for it. Now the Towel Wars tend to be the more expensive ones. Back in the day, a large Towel War would be less than 100 bucks. I think the first one I bought was like $70. It was an Oz 8 one. I still have it. Y'all seen it. I think they were like, I like 2 or 3 of them. I don't think I paid more than $70 for any of them. And then the next ones that came out were the CTS-XHPs, and those were like 80 or 90 bucks, and they were like $20 more than the Oz 8 ones. And those were the last ones that were made, if I remember right. I don't think they made S35VN ones. Because they got discontinued, I think. I think they got discontinued. And then they were just making the Espadas. I think that's the way it went, people. Correct me if I'm wrong. All of you, all the old timers out there that know a little bit the history about the old cold steel company. And they brought back the Tau Wars when the new company came back, and they brought them back in the S35VN or CPM S35VN, the crucible steel. But yeah, when they used to make these, I think I got an old catalog. I got an old catalog over here. 2015, 2014. Let's see what's in 2014 real quick. Just out of curiosity, people. I know I'm probably making the video too long now. I'm thinking about it. I just can't stop thinking about it, so I gotta find out. I want to tell you guys the truth. What the actual facts are. Okay, here goes the Tau Wars, and is this a CTS-XHP Tau War? Yeah, CTS-XHP Tau War. The large ones were 100. This is in the cold steel catalog. This is for the cold steel website prices. As you all know, those prices are higher. Those prices are higher than the regular, like prices that you would get at Midway or anywhere else, or Knife Center or somewhere like that. Blade HQ. The large Tau War, the one with the 4-inch blade in here has it gone for this one, the CTS-XHP blade, for $105.99. Let me make sure it's CTS-XHP. It's not, I don't see anything. It says it holds 300 pounds. Oh no, these are Oz 8, people. These are the Oz 8 ones. So they have the Oz 8 one going for $105. Okay, that makes sense because I paid $70 for mine. That'd be about how much cheaper it would have been. And the big Oz 8 one was going for $147.99. And so that would probably been right around $100. Just to let you guys see that. And now let's look and see how expensive the Espada was. I think this was before the G10 Espadas though. I think right in this one they'll probably just have the ooh, Recons. Oh no, we got G10 Espadas. Okay. The G10 Espada was going for the large one like this size right here, $167, people, $167, $168. So that meant it would have probably sold for like maybe $125 or so. But this is back in the beginning. This is like 2014. This is before inflation. This is before prices went crazy and stuff like that. So this knife actually, it has a better steel than this. This is an Oz 8 one. This is an Oz 8 one with the hollow grind. I have this knife. And It's not as nice as this one, people. This one's way nicer. But these were super smooth, though. These were like easy to use with one hand, like you guys see me using the my Demco 8010s. You know, I could open up and flip them open with one hand, fidget with them like that. You could do that with this one too, because the lock spring on it was a lot weaker than this one. This one has a lot stronger lock spring. You have it holding the Large Espada, holding 400 pounds. The medium Espada, that's the one with the 3.5-inch blade. They don't have those anymore. I have them. They got it holding 350 pounds, and the XL Espada is 600 pounds. I'm just pointing out how the Espadas were a lot more expensive than the Tau Wars back in the day. That's what I'm trying to point out to you guys. $167 compared to, what was it, 147 for 167 for, and the large Tau War was in Oz 8 was 147 or $148 total. So this is $177 compared to $148. That was the difference. That's the real difference. So when they brought them back, they made the Tau Wars more expensive than the Espadas. And actually, if you ask me, I think the Espada should be more expensive because it's a sturdier knife. It's stronger. It's meant to be beefier and stronger. That's the reason why it's heavier too, though. And that's probably the reason why, you know, I tend to like the Tau War a little bit better, because I like knives that are easy to use and, you know, they're fast in my hands. And the Tau War is just a little bit faster in hand than this one. In my opinion, people. All right. Go ahead and relieve some pressure off of it. This one's never been taken apart. That's a little bit tough. Okay, I needed my little pry bar. There we go. I love the way these are made, though. It's a very sturdy, very strong. The Espadas were the strongest cold steel knives for a long time. And they never went up, and they never put them up against like the Andrew Demko knives when Andrew started releasing his own personal custom shop knives to letting Cold Steel make them. The 8010, the 8015. Those were knives that were from his custom shop. Let me measure it. I'd like to measure the pins before I take it all apart like this, because the parts will be getting mixed up. I want to know what size pin goes in which hole. I can't remember what it was last time, so let me do it. Okay, this was the front pin. 4.78. That's the size of the front pin. It's always good to know, because usually the front pins are different than the other pins, people. 4.27. So the back pin is the small pin. The front pin is the big pin. That's all you got to really remember. I was going to say, where's a Teflon washer? There we go. Take all these parts off, because I don't want them to get messed up. So I remove them all and reinstall them later. Brand new washers and everything. You don't want to damage them. Don't want to bend them or something like that. Your little pin for your back spacer. That's important. Don't want to lose that part. And this part. So the parts I'm going to do a little bit of work on is just the top part right here. I'm not going to do the blade, but I'm going to leave this all attached. I don't need to take that apart. I'm just going to sand it right there like that. These parts right here. Now I'm not going to do the inner parts. I'm just going to do the outer parts that you can see, the visible parts. I don't want to change it. I don't want to change the size of this or anything. I'm going to keep it, exactly the way it is. So I'm just going to do the exposed areas. The exposed areas don't, adjust the fitment. And you just do it lightly, just very lightly, just so you can, get the shine. Get that mirror finish that you want. You don't go past that. You got to know when to stop. That's what's important about doing stuff like this. Is you got to know when to stop. You don't want to overdo things. All right. Now I'm going to come out. Push it out. It wants to stay in. No, I'll just leave it in there. This one goes in this side. It fell out. All right, people. Well, this is going to be the first video. I'm going to go ahead and put all these parts away. And I'm going to get the, sanding on these things. These parts right here. Let me check out my, oh, that feels really nice and smooth. No burrs at all. No burrs at all. Look at the way these pins look. The pins are very nice. The way the pins are constructed, the actual pins themselves, they look super strong and heavy duty, nice and solid. That's one thing that a lot of other makers don't do. They use hollow pins. That's probably one reason why they're not as strong as a cold steel knife. Because I don't know if you ever watched like the old cold steel tests, you'll see things break right in the locking areas. I bet you it's like a lot of times, that's probably one reason why Andrew Dimko uses solid pins. He likes to build things for strength and performance instead of, just show and go, All right. I need a little plastic bag. All right, this one doesn't have anything in it. Keep all your parts. You don't want to lose things, people. This one piece I didn't get to take out. I mess with it a little bit. See if I can get it out. Because I want to sand the inside of these too. This already feels really very smooth. These right, the inside of the scales, I'll flat sand these. I'll polish them. And the area that you're really concentrating on is the pivot area. Just makes things a little bit smoother, but you don't want to you want to keep things perfectly flat though if you do this. That's why I don't really recommend people doing this, because you got to really know what you're doing. And you got to really use a flat surface, people. You can't use something that's not flat. It has to be something that's perfectly flat. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get busy on this. I'll let you guys see what the finished product looks like, and we'll put it together. We'll put it all together, put together, but I'll go ahead and do all the finish work on it off camera. All right, people, part one. Stay tuned for part two. I guess it's just going to be 2 parts. Might just be 2 parts. Part 2, people, coming up.